Hi, I'm Claire from Wild Ginger Running, and I'm here with Anita Bean, author of the Runner's Cookbook, and she is going to show me how to make Tofu Pad Thai, which is one of the healthiest, best things you can eat to recover from your long run. So take it away, Anita, what are we going to do?
Okay, so the first part of meal prep is to chop up a few vegetables, and in this recipe we're having carrots, colourful peppers, pak choy, some garlic, some ginger. So these have got nutrients and chemicals in them that are also really healthy. They're health protective chemicals as well. Baby sweet corn as well. So we've got a whole range of colours, and the brilliant thing about this dish for runners is that you've got such a wide variety of these phytonutrients. These are the plant chemicals that are just so beneficial for aiding recovery. So first of all, let's just chop up vegetables. So one of the things that does put people off plant-based cooking and vegetarian meals is that they think it's too time-consuming, but I'm not a trained knife chef, but I can just quickly zap through these quite quickly. Essentially all you need for healthy cooking is a sharp knife, so provided you've got a sharp knife and a cooking board.
And also, you can get it in a bag, can't you, vegetables like this?
You can save time.
If you are really pushed for time, you can grab one of those bags
yes.
of vegetables and just you just open it and chuck it in the pan, don't you?
Yeah, you can buy vegetables which are labelled stir fry mix, so it does work out a little bit more expensive, so if you want to save money, do it yourself. But as you can see, this really is a very speedy process, provided you've got a fast knife, provided you've got a sharp knife. I do like adding extra ginger to my pad thais. I love the flavour.
Oh, I love ginger.
I'm sure you
anything
do.
Ginger, yes. Ginger, definitely, anything goes.
So what I do is ginger, I will buy it fresh, and because it only keeps for a few days in the fridge, I just chop it up into pieces and freeze it, and then I just get out one piece.
That's a really good bit of advice, because I often come to the fridge to get some ginger and find it's all got all shriveled.
All shriveled up and dry, hasn't it? So the baby core, what I like to do is to chop it in half, and this ensures that it will cook at roughly the same time as the peppers and the carrots.
Lovely.
Okay, so
all good for recovery.
Yeah, we now are going to move over to the cooking areas. A couple of tablespoons of light olive oil. Now the reason I use this is that it doesn't have a strong olive flavour, but it's still got all the nutritional benefits of olive oil, and it has got a high smoking point, so it's perfect for high temperature cooking. It doesn't break down and form any potentially harmful compounds, so just a little bit of olive oil goes in there. You can use rapeseed oil. You can also use sesame oil, which is a little bit more expensive if you like that flavour, and it has got quite a distinctive flavour to it. It's heated up and got to the right temperature. I'm going to add some chopped tofu. It's cubed tofu. It's just plain tofu. You can buy ready marinated tofu. The reason I like to then fry it until it's crispy on the outside is that I think it's got a brilliant texture. So tofu is one of those ingredients that can be really bland and difficult to add to dishes. So I think you've got to work really quite hard with the textures and flavours. So by making it crispy on the outside and then adding it to really flavourful ingredients like the peppers and the other vegetables that we're using, we'll also add soy sauce, garlic and ginger, then that's a really good way that you can add tofu to your diet. So the surprising thing about frying tofu is that it doesn't actually absorb very much oil, so it's not like frying potatoes to make chips. Provided the oil is at the right temperature, it literally just crisps the outside, gives it a much, much better texture. But I think tofu is a really good ingredient to use in a runner's diet. It's really high in protein, it's got all of the essential amino acids and in roughly the right proportions that are well suited to the muscles. So it's high in protein, and it also contains phytoestrogens. And there have been scaremongering stories about phytoestrogens, and some people believing that it mimics estrogen and increases the risk of certain cancers, such as breast cancer. But in fact, the latest review of the evidence which has been carried out has found that there is no backing for that belief at all. It does not, although the phytoestrogen is there, but it doesn't behave in the same way biologically in the body, so they are completely harmless, and if anything they can have a beneficial effect, particularly in women who have already suffered breast cancer. I'm going to remove it from this pan, put it aside whilst we then cook the vegetables. So that's just taken us about 3 or 4 minutes. If you like it super crispy, then you might want to cook it for a couple of minutes longer. But you'll see, if I tilt the pan, that at least half the oil is still in there, so it hasn't absorbed a great deal of oil, so it's not really an oily thing to do. Next thing is to cook your veg, so I'm now just going to keep the oil nice and hot, and I'm adding the garlic, so the garlic will go in. I just need to get a knife. Okay, so the garlic goes in the pan, ginger goes in the pan. Okay, so that's a little bit to flavour the oil really quickly, just for seconds, and then all of the vegetables that we cooked, so all of the peppers and the corn that will go in at once, and the idea is that they'll cook at the same time. I have got a lot of vegetables in here, this is going to feed at least 4 people. Now it's had a really good stir, all the vegetables are well coated with oil. I can smell the ginger and the garlic, it's actually absolutely delicious. I'm going to pop the lid on just for 30 seconds or so whilst I chop the pak choy. Okay, so these have been stir fried now for 2 or 3 minutes. You can see they're really quite crispy on the outside. I'm now going to pop in this pak choy. I've cut them into really large pieces, mainly because I think that they just look really beautiful. It's a shame to cut them up too finely, but they will wilt down quite quickly and collapse into much smaller pieces. So I'm going to stir those in, but I will put the lid on just to allow them to cook in the steam of the pan. So now that the vegetables are tender crisp, so they're not too tender because we still like them to be quite crispy on the outside. I'm now going to add back in the crispy tofu that we cooked for a few minutes already. I just cooked some noodles. These are egg noodles, but you can use rice noodles or whole wheat noodles. You can just vary it any way you wish. So they're all going to go into this pad thai. I'm going to give it a great big stir, but before I do that, I'm going to add some tamari, but you can use soy sauce or shoyu sauce. So I don't tend to measure it very much. It depends how salty and how highly flavoured you like your food. So that's about 2 tablespoons. I'm also going to add a really good squeeze of lime. So in that goes. And that gives it a really delicious flavour. You can add, again, a little bit more if you like that stronger citrus flavour. So that's all going to have a really good stir. And just before we serve it, there is going to be one more ingredient. So I'm going to add a couple of very generous spoonfuls of peanuts, but of course you can substitute cashew nuts or flaked almonds as well. They're really nice. So give that a really good stir. So you'll see in this dish we've got the carbs from the noodles, we've got the protein from the tofu, and then we've got lots of colour. We've got all those vegetables, we've got the carrots, we've got different types of peppers, we've got the baby corn, we've got the pak choy, so we've got lots of vitamin C, we've got all those phytonutrients from the vegetables. So this really will give your muscles absolutely everything that you need for optimal recovery after a long run.
Fantastic. Okay, so Anita has made this wonderful looking tofu pad thai. I don't eat a lot of tofu, so I'm just going to try a little bit of the tofu on the top here. It's really flavourful. And it's quite crispy on the outside, which was what you were going for with the frying in the oil.
Yes, exactly. Well, this is a dish that we have all the time. Well, I say all the time, we have this at least once a week, but every time I make it, it's slightly different. It just depends which vegetables you've got handy, but I try to get a whole range of different colours to make it a bit more interesting each time.
Well, it certainly looks absolutely delicious. I think everyone's going to enjoy making this. And I think your family are going to enjoy eating it tonight. Thanks very much.
I hope so.